intuitive abilities, laugh, learn about psychic phenomena, and get psychic messages? Psychic messages? Woo! Where's the price? Here it is. Only $25 at the door? Awesome! How do I sign up? Oh, easy. Go to HallieElise.com. Nice. $5 off online? Oh, I've got to call the girls and tell them about the Psychic Gallery on the first Monday of the month. Great time. 7:30 p.m. Perfect. Have to remember HallieElise.com for the Psychic Gallery.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to Taking Care of Business with Freddy Fixit Santori as they bring the power of AMP2.TV video format to the radio. Today's show will have interviews and concepts that bring you, the public, closer to how real radio and television work hand in hand to bring the best platform to sell your business. Tune in on the WWNNradio.com website or follow AMP on AMP2.TV website to see radio.
And good evening, Boca. This is Freddy Fixit Santori, and Freddy Fixit is going to be moving. And Linda has Rhonda, my guest. There you go. Freddy Fixit is going to be moving. This is Taking Care of Business. We're going to be moving to another night because starting next week at this time, you're going to have a sports show. And we'll get to Rhonda in a second. Yes, everybody gets to peek at Rhonda. And that sports show is the first one that we've done in our umbrella. And it's going to be with my son, Freddie J. He's going to have a gentleman, Greg, that does a show here, actually on Tuesdays from 4 to 5. And they did it a couple of weeks ago because I had the flu, and they filled in for me, and they did really well. So starting next week, you're going to have a sports show from 6:30 to 7:30. Call in, try to stump them. They're going to be giving away gifts and all sorts of stuff. But I saw some of the preview, and it's a lot of fun, and I wish them the best. But we will be back. We're going to either move to Mondays or Wednesdays, and we'll make an announcement. Again, we have Monday Madness here on WNN. We have a lot of shows. We have Ask the Experts that is doing really, really well from 4 to 5, Mondays and Friday. Anyway, getting back to Taking Care of Business. Tonight, we are going to try to introduce a upcoming superstar. And I was fortunate to meet this lady 2 years ago, Rhonda, I met you?
Yes.
Who at the time was training to become, well, she'll tell you the story. It's a complicated story. But the interesting thing about Rhonda is she's going to be doing a health show for us. And I want to announce that we have a new studio on the Boca, 18th Street in Boca, 18th Street in Powerline. We got a new studio coming up. And if you want to come down and be a participant or just sit in and check out the shows, we're going to start doing shows next week. And hopefully Rhonda's going to come in and she's going to be taping some health shows. And she's going to talk about how she can work you and make you look like her or something like that. And she's going to show us how it's done, and she's going to explain that. So I want to invite Rhonda. Rhonda, your last name is Spicer?
Spicer, correct.
Rhonda Spicer to the set. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. And Rhonda, you're going to explain to the general public, because you have a product called Body by Rhonda, right?
Correct.
And in there, we're going to be doing clothing. We're going to be doing all sorts of health tapes. We're going to be doing everything that you do in the health profession. And you're not a pill pusher.
No, absolutely not.
Explain a little bit about what you do.
Well, because my big theory is your diet and exercise, and diet being 80% of your results. So you want to be eating clean, and you want to be getting the nutrients and things that you need. And I just don't agree with the supplements as opposed to having the meal. I think you're going to get more from the food and vitamins than you're going to get from any product. It's okay as an add-on, in my opinion, but you want to eat your foods, and get your fruits and your different vegetables and your proteins from your foods.
Now, you actually, you've been in the bodybuilding business for 10 years, 20 years?
Yes, I've been in bodybuilding as far as a competitor since '08. I grew up, started at a young age as a tumbler and went into gymnastics.
So you look like this starting in
And went
08?
to, all my life, I have been an athlete, actually.
In 08, you look like this?
No, not always
Oh, okay.
like this. I was a gymnast for many years, and then I started into the serious strength training back in 2000. And just in '08, being in my 40s, it was a personal goal to compete in a show just to see how I would do, because I felt that I was in the best shape of my life.
And how'd you do?
So
Rhonda?
I won first place.
That's right. And you were how old?
I was 47 on my first show.
47
First show.
on your first show. And you were doing, and you started in 08, so you've been doing it basically, what, 5-6 years?
Correct.
So what did you learn? Obviously, you don't have a body like yours if you don't work at it every day, correct?
No, you have to put in the work, and it's just amazing. It really just turns into a healthy lifestyle and getting your body in the best shape of your life. And the benefits from health risk, lowering health risk, to coming off medications, to not just what you can see, but I mean, that's the icing on the cake. You look wonderful,
Right.
But it's just how much better you sleep at night. How you feel and your energy level, and all the perks that come with it.
Right. Now, you also, you do some work on individual people now, correct?
I do individual training, group training. I train out of a gym as well as going to people's homes. Whatever works.
Okay.
It's about getting someone in shape. So if I need to drive to them, I will, or if they come to me.
Now, if somebody's had an accident or somebody has broken a part of their body and they have to rehab and they have to get into doing it correctly, do you help people out with that too?
I do help a lot of people. Once they're released from a physician,
Right.
And they're a physical therapist, then they start in the gym. So we're educated on a lot of the movement. I've worked with a lot of replacements, shoulder replacements, hip replacements, and things of that nature. And as you get older, your bone density and everything lowers. So that's when you really want to have that muscle to protect the bones. So my thing is to work with as many people as I can in an older age group to prevent things like that, to prevent surgeries and things. And I'm 52, so I'm getting up there too.
52, you look like that. That's pretty good. That's
It's
pretty
a great
good.
feeling.
Well, the other thing is that, Rhonda, that you spend a lot of time helping other people, and you have a gym that you have people come to, and you go to people's houses. People that want to come to the class, let's say that we put it out there, which again, we are inviting anybody who wants to come to sign up. 866-224-5422 is the number to AMP. You can leave your name and number there, and we'll tell you when the classes begin. But people that come out, they don't have to be superstars. One of the things that I always found, that people go to gyms and they get embarrassed because they need to be in a gym, but unfortunately they don't look, they're very rounded. They're not cut, they're not this and that. How do you encourage people not to feel insecure and to get out there?
I think I motivate them with just being real with them and making it fun and modifying. Don't push someone to do something they can't do. Not only is that a injury risk, but it mentally breaks them down. So you don't ever want to do that. You want to work and modify and let them do what they can do. And as they progress, your intensity progresses.
Are you going to also change diets? Are you going to suggest what's the right foods and what should they eat?
Always suggest the foods.
Calorie intake,
yes,
carbs intake.
Yes.
Now, you notice that on the phones now you can get a step walker. You ever seen the counting of the steps? 15,000 steps and you lose a pound?
Right.
And I laugh because, I hit it with my finger and it moves it.
Well, it's your heart rate that burns fat.
Okay.
Not necessarily your steps. You want to raise heart rate to start burning fat.
And you're 52, so there's no excuse that I'm too old.
No excuse
too
whatsoever.
This is all about getting up, and if you want to get fit, doing it correctly, not taking a magic potion or a pill, or
Right.
saying, if I eat this diet pill, I'm going to lose weight, because you gain it all back anyway. It all comes back. When you have people doing their thing, you put them on certain regimens. Everybody would be different. Would everybody have the same plan? Is it something where everybody eats the same food, or is it custom?
No, they're absolutely custom. Every body is different. meaning your metabolism, different things will change. So everything is custom per person.
All right, so then it's not like a Jenny Craig where you're going to eat the same food and
No.
pay $15 for a burger and then you lose 5 pounds because you're starving to death. And then I get shocked when people say, "Oh, look, I lost all the weight." Yeah, right. Call me when you finish Jenny Craig and I will see you blow up like a balloon.
Right.
So it's constant work.
It's no fad diets that does it, or no one pill. I wished it was that easy, but it's not. It's about changing a lifestyle, changing your lifestyle, your eating behaviors, getting the workouts and the exercise in, eating often, eating clean, and doing the right things.
And men and women, same? I mean, because you look like you can keep up with guys anyway, so that's not
Well,
a
it just
problem.
depends on their shape,
Well,
their level of fitness.
they'll probably challenge you to see who they can lift the most weight.
Right.
I'm sure you've had that.
Yeah, but my goals, of course, aren't other people's goals. This is my thing, and a lot of women, don't want this much muscle, and that's not typically how I train women or men, for that matter. It's about being healthy and having your balance and your flexibility and your strength training and combine it all into one. So now you have a health status.
That's a good point. That's a
Yes.
good point. It's not. I'm not saying to come out to look like Rhonda
because a lot of people don't want that.
a lot of people don't want that, and there's a lot of people who are never going to get there. To be honest, I mean, it's dedication, it's hard work, and some people say, "No, I don't want to look like that." But I'm not asking you to look like Rhonda. What I'm asking you is to be healthy, to eat correctly, to get the right information. There are other people on the shows that I know, talking heads, and they talk about vitamin this and vitamin that, and take this pill and push that powder and drink this milk, and some of the stuff I can't even pronounce. Much drink, I'm going to drink it. It begins with hard work, doesn't it?
Yes.
I mean, you're a testament to hard work.
Yes.
So if you want to do that now, Rhonda, how do people get in touch with you if they want to?
Via email, or I have a contact number.
Let's do both. Let's do the email and the contact.
Okay, and the contact number is 561-234-6976.
And email.
The email is bodybyrhonda@hotmail.
There you go. And if you want to call, the number to am2.tv is 866-224-5422. We're looking for shows. We're looking for people to come down and see the shows. Come on down. Take a class with Rhonda. We're not charging at this stage of the game. We're just asking you to come down. We're trying to find out the interests. We're trying to see Rhonda go to work. I mean, I've taped you in the gyms. And the two women that you introduced me to were not bodybuilders.
No.
But they were looking to get healthy. They were losing weight. And you put them through some ordeal.
I push. I'm really motivated for my clients to seek the most results that they possibly can. And matter of fact, I get as excited, or sometimes more, than my clients do about their gains or their losses. So I push, I make it fun, and I get results. And I enjoy it. It's changing people's lives. I'm helping people, and I love it.
Well, one of the things that that we do here on Taking Care of Business, Rhonda, is we talk to people about how video, radio work hand in hand to enhance business. And one of the things you don't know about is that people that come down to the studio, they're going to be videotaped, and you're going to actually be able to see the change. So this is going to be an ongoing process, and you're going to see how they are going to, their physicality, their look, everything about them is going to be videotaped. We're going to put it in a vault, and we're going to do this weekly or whatever the regimen is that you're going to be putting them on, and we're going to be able to show how they have changed, whether it's a year or 6 months, whatever. And what we think will happen is that they're going to see a positive change because they put in the work. It's a real deal. It's not powders. There's none of this fake stuff. And I think that people will be very happy with that. So that's one of the clever ideas that we're doing with video. And then we're going to put them on the air. And we're going to have you interview them.
That's fantastic.
So they can say their story to you. And, we're looking at a little bit of television here to do some TV work as well. So it's a great, great idea. I mean, being healthy is such a big deal nowadays. But doing it right is what I think is the bigger deal. And who better than having somebody, and again, I don't look like you. I wish I could. I can't.
You can.
I can't. You're probably right. I can't. The problem is you got to dedicate yourself to doing that. And on the screen, we have Rhonda. Now, Rhonda, that picture that's up there, for those of you who want to go on WNN.com, you can see Rhonda up there. When was that taken?
That was my national qualifier show in 2012. The Florida State, which I won first place in, qualified me for a national pro contender.
Wow. And this was for what age group?
I was in open, actually. I competed against women of all ages. So typically, they were much younger than me.
So you were going up against 20 and 30-year-old, and you came in first.
Yes, sir.
But you're pretty stacked there, lady.
Thank
pretty
you.
stacked, you know?
Very proud of that. A lot of hard work.
And this was where, in Florida?
Yes, in Orlando.
In Orlando. And then you also, I know after that you did another gig up, I think in Pennsylvania.
In Pittsburgh, I did a national pro show in which I placed fifth.
Fifth. And again, open.
That was open
against
as well.
20-year-olds and everything else, which you didn't go up there to do that. You told me you went up there to do 50 and over, correct?
Right. And when I got to that show, they didn't have a 50 plus, so I ended up competing in open. And there was 3 countries that competed in that show. It was a very large show. So to make fifth, I was still a winner, but I was used to first.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I saw 1 through 4, and they were a whole lot younger than you from what I saw.
Yes.
And again, for you to even place fifth in that group, I was shocked. I said, wow, that's some accomplishment. Now, what's in the future? What are you working on now?
I'm going back to do a master's, which is an age division for pro status. Like I said, it's a personal goal for me. It's something that just keeps me motivated and in the best shape of my life. And I figured that I made it all the way to the top, so that's my last show to assume pro status.
So you need one more show to win to get the pro status?
If I win that, I yes, sir.
So you're going to be doing, now when is the show and where is the show?
It's in Pittsburgh in July of next year.
Okay. So you're going to be training to get yourself back into, because I see that when you start training, it's a whole different other person.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, you go into this robotic form and all of a sudden you hit those gyms and you just...
It's very focused, a lot of dedication and a lot of discipline, a lot of the food. You know, gets when you're training at that level with such a low body fat, it's a lot of meals and low carbs.
Wow.
So
do you work a lot with teenagers?
I actually I don't. I work with more middle to older age, 30 to 70. I have clients as old as 80, and just all walks of life. I do train some competitors, but I really like getting people that are out of shape in shape. That's more fun to me than to work with competitors, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and you have a gym that you work up on Linton.
I work out of Palm Beach Gym, correct, which is on Linton Boulevard.
I remember that there was another gym before that we did some tape work on you, and it was funny because I was going over this stuff the other day. I said, I'm going to call Rhonda to see if she's interested in doing this show. And again, we're excited about it because we put it out on surveys, and a lot of people said that they were interested to come on out. Of course, there's always the beginning. You're always afraid to try something new, but something new doesn't mean that it's bad for you. And in this case, you're going to have a professional, and she has the credentials. I mean, you've been there, Rhonda. You won your deal. You went away from being pro class. And at your age, that's an amazing accomplishment. If you were 25 or 30 or even 40, I would say, okay, no big deal. She works hard. She's in that age group. But, you're in 50 over category. Not easy.
Right.
Tough to get up. I mean, it's tough for me to just get out of bed. But here you are doing this for a living. So I think that that should be applauded. That's really good stuff. Now, you also, is that the only business that you have going right now is the, I know that we were talking about doing clothing line.
I'm starting clothing line.
So you're going to be offering workout gear and things of that nature, which we're going to talk a little bit about because we're going to have a new website for Honda, and we're going to put the stuff on there to buy. And I guess people can use it to work out and different advantages, disadvantages,
right?
Things, to sweat and make it easier and things of that nature. Some of the stuff that you wanted to do.
Yes. We'll do your lightweight workout apparel and also workout videos.
Excellent. Again, 866-224-5422 is the number. You can call. We'll set you up to come on down and meet Rhonda at the studio. Rhonda, why don't you give your website and phone number again? My
phone number is 561-234-6976. The email is bodybyrhonda@hotmail.com. Thank you. I would love to help you. Give me a call.
Give her a call. And you know what? We want to see what happens. You know, the reason we want to take film of people is we want to see them go through the metamorphosis of how they can get better, how they can feel better. You know, everybody is into the health fit deal. But a lot of the times I see people doing it wrong.
Right.
And they hurt
Absolutely.
themselves, or they lie to themselves, or they take this magic pill. The best one is the one that they're sprinkling on food, and you can eat anything you want.
Right.
And
It's absurd.
And it's supposed to speed up your metabolism, and you can eat anything you want, and you lose weight. I've never heard of anything like this.
There's no quick fix to it.
I tell my
There's
executive producer, I said, Linda, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. Get me a pill. And she says, there is no pill. I said, there's a pill for everything. No, it doesn't work that way. Now, you could take vitamins if you want.
Vitamins, absolutely. But eating a clean, healthy diet, you're not going to get anything from any pill or supplement that you're going to get from the food, from the real deal.
Now, we got a few minutes, but let me ask you a question. The biggest kicker that people have is how much time is it going to take to train?
I'm glad you brought that up, because people think they need to be in the gym for hours, and that's not true. 45 minutes to an hour workout, intensity workout, is all you need.
Now, do you warm them up before they get there?
Absolutely. I warm them up, stretch them out, the muscles that we're going to be working. I train them. And it's an hour a day. It's 1 hour a day. These 3 or 4 hours a day in the gym is overtraining.
Okay.
1 hour a day is all you need. Your cardio, your walking, your treadmill, biking, follow with that, and that's it. And then eating clean, eating often.
So eating right and no more than 45 to an hour a day is the commitment. Now, are they going to be once a week, every other day?
No, my programs with my strength training and conditioning, I do anywhere from the low end of 3 days a week to 5 days a week.
So depending on how much, okay.
And that gets results. 3 days a week, a lot of people do.
Now there's the program out there, Insanity. Have you seen this?
It's a high intensity workout, keeping the heart rate up, which burns fat. So whether you're doing a video or you're in the gym, when you're keeping your heart rate up, you're burning fat.
It can kill you.
So if you're moving, well, that's just it. You don't want to exert too much. You have to modify with people, and as they progress, then you can progress.
Okay, so as you're working with different people, you'll be able to make changes along the way. Some people may not be able to keep up to what you want to do.
You modify it for those people.
Interesting, which is a good point, because a lot of people I know they're definitely afraid of trying anything new because they said
they can't do it.
They can't do it, and the failure is the number one reason people fear of failure. Is the number one reason people don't do it. You know, if they feel comfortable and they'll meet you, and I guess they interview you, you know. She's going to scream at me if I can't do 100 push-ups. But this isn't about making people agonize. This is about getting them healthy.
Right.
And I guess it starts with the diet, you know. And don't tell me that you weigh 350 pounds because you don't eat hamburgers. I mean, come on. The bottom line here is you're eating something you shouldn't be eating if you want to lose weight. If you don't want to lose weight, then that's cool.
And the thing with people, not just what they're eating, a lot of times it's that they're not eating. They're eating twice a day. And what that does is lower your metabolism to where you're not burning. So by eating, you have your body working. If you're eating the right things, you will lose weight by eating food. That's the hardest thing to tell women, to eat more food.
I was going to tell you
to lose weight. That's a hard one but once they listen to me and start doing it, within 2 weeks, they're dropping 5, 7, 10 pounds. So it doesn't necessarily take that long. Every body is different. But if you do the food and you eat often and you do the exercising, you start seeing results within 2 to 3 weeks. And then it gets better and better from there.
Is it true that it's easier for men to lose the weight at the beginning than women?
I think, there's stats that men have a higher metabolism, but no, I don't believe that. I don't think it's man or woman. I think it's how you're working the body, what you're feeling the body, what you're eating, in other words, and what you're doing, what exercise you're doing. I think it can be achieved by man or woman.
Do you make it so that when people come in, you can see right away what parts of the body, like if it's the stomach or it's the thighs. Women, usually it's the
Well, yeah, people carry their body fat, differently. It's throughout the body, but they'll have more abdominally or hip and thigh areas, and you're just going to burn fat. There's no one exercise for the thigh to reduce body fat. You're just going to reduce body fat throughout the body. That's just areas where they potentially genetically carry it. So that'll be the last to go.
Gotcha. So you're going to have your work cut out for you as they come in. This is going to be really interesting.
It's what I do. It's my passion.
Excellent. Well, Rhonda, I want to thank you for coming down. Give us your phone number one more time.
561-234-6976. My email is bodybyrhonda@hotmail. Love to help you. Thank you.
18th Street in Boca Point in Boca Raton, Florida is where the new studio is at. We're looking for people to come down there and participate with the taping of what we're going to be doing, the Body by Rhonda show. Come on down and join. 866-224-5422. If you want to call me, I'll give you more information. We'll give you a tour. We're doing tours of the studio, and we're looking to make a change in the community. We're trying to anything and everything to see what works, and we think that health is important, and we'll go from there. So again, thank you for joining us tonight. And again, next week you're going to get a sports show in here, but they'll let you know when we'll be back on the air, probably in a different date, different time zone. But we'll be back on with Taking Care of Business. I want to thank Rhonda for coming down. Ken behind the glass. Linda, wherever you are, thank you for the executive stuff. And we'll see you when we see you. Take care.
You have been listening to Taking Care of Business, powered by amp2.tv. You can reach amp2.tv by calling 866-224-5422 and join the amp2.tv radio TV network. We give you all the tools you need to have your own show, both on radio and TV, and bring new energy and ideas to the business you're trying to promote. If you want to be a leader in new concepts and make your business #1 in the area, amp2.tv has the platforms to get you there. 866-224-5422 is the number to get you started. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of the station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Times are tough, and right now those in the commercial world know that being heard via advertisements is the name of the game. AmpSquare.tv understands how important advertisement is and is proud to express that it's truly the only plugged-in internet television production company on the market. Amp2.tv live streams all their shows across all the major selling markets in the U.S. and abroad. Call them at 866-224-5422. The AmpSquare.tv library allows productions to be seen over and over again, making commercial platforms more usable. Call 866-224-5422. Toll free 866-224-5422. Amp2.tv, the first and only internet television network that's truly plugged in. 866-224-5422. That's AMP, the number 2.tv.
Hi, this is Jerry Hickey.